The initial idea started with just wanting to honor my relatives, my grandfather, and a lot of people that I knew. So a lot of the characters in the story are based off of real people, real situations, just kind of fictionalized. It's a continuation of a project that started about 2 years ago called iReady in terms of the technology. But this particular story, codenamed Brenda, has its own unique nuances. One of the things that I have been studying, one of the things that I believe is going to make an impact on the industry is the embracement and kind of learning the virtual production space. This was a way of us kind of testing to see how our department can get into the virtual space, but also to kind of introduce students to tools and technologies that they may need to know moving into the workforce. So there are 3 teams on this project. There's the pre-production team, there's the animation team, and there's the art and design team. Each team has a different responsibility or several responsibilities. And so my goal was really to help facilitate a vision, a unified vision amongst all 3 teams so that they could hopefully come out with something that resembles what we envisioned from the beginning.
So my name is King. I'm a 3rd year computational media student. My role, I was a member of the animation team. In the animation team, I began using Blender. I had no prior experience besides the regular donut tutorial everybody knows.
Hi, my name is Andrew. I'm part of the art and design team, and my role, I was kind of just like a fill in, and just I did work here and there, whatever needed to be done.
A lot of the bigger films and things are kind of moving into the virtual space. A great way for students to learn these software, technology, and tools by working within the VIP.
So the goal of the animation team, on one side, we had to create the characters named Moto and David, so we had to sculpt them from nothing. And then on the other side, we had to create the whole bodies for the characters and then rig the characters and then animate them. So add animations using mocap software.
I think it's a way to kind of research and explore and also introduce students into the things that they may need to know.
Our goal was to work on the setting production for our scene that we were gonna finalize, and then also animation of our character models. Ours was more getting the character in our Unreal Engine environment to interact with just the world itself, make it feel more alive. And so we spent a lot of time working on setting assets, so stuff we would put into the setting itself, making our own, and also importing a lot of free assets that you could find online, whether that be in like the marketplace or just random websites on the interwebs. And so that was a lot of what we spent our time doing.
The initial script reading, there's a lot of productive conversations that came out of people interpreting characters and wardrobe and scenes and props and that sort of thing that really helped to transform the project. And I think what really works in this VIP is there's a little bit of cross-pollination. It's very similar to the way I would shoot a feature or short or documentary, in the sense that each team is basically like a different department. So on a feature, you may have the art department, the sound department, the camera department, the lighting department, etc. These are all departments, and they're just working on different components of the whole. But I think it's been exciting to see the ideas that are being generated as a result of all of these new people joining the team.
After the semester, we have a very valid foundation, at least, with our characters being done and the scene being created. So in the next semester of the VIP, we expect to expound on the animations, give more life into the characters so that they move more humanly and more fluidly.
One thing is lighting. I don't think we ended up having a lot of time to kind of build the atmosphere that we exactly wanted for our scene, especially since a lot of time was spent this semester just figuring out how everything worked with like Unreal, getting people, I guess, trained, if you will, since it's a pretty new process to, I think, most of the team that was involved. Hopefully we can do more, focus more on like the creative creative aspects of the production, of like the setting, how we want it to look, how we want it to feel.
In my head, I'm thinking, you know, we wanted to kind of look like Spider-Verse. We wanted to kind of feel like Interstellar. We wanted to kind of be in those worlds and spaces, but really trying to figure out what that looks like took a series of conversations and iterations of design. And so I think what helps with the VIP is really being able to kind of work through those processes and say, okay, this is going to work, this is not going to work. But being able to say, okay, we were able to do that. Now, how can we scale that up and maybe shoot the entire scene, maybe shoot the entire movie, etc. So the VIP, I think, would help in regard to just generating fresh ideas, new ideas onto the project.
My favorite part about joining the project was feeling like I belong with a team. Like we were all had one goal of creating this animated segment. So we all brought the skills that we had, and we were willing to build upon those skills and put them all together.
Seeing all like the cool gadgets and whatnot, and then also getting to experiment with the mocap, even though I wasn't directly involved in that. Getting to see it play out and just messing around with new technology, especially Unreal Engine for the stuff that I was working on, and Blender, which I didn't think I was going to be doing a lot of.
What I love about Georgia Tech, what I love about the students is that they have this entrepreneurial spirit. It's something that I really embraced, something that I believe just permeates through everything that happens here. We don't really have the technology that you would have if you were to walk on, let's say, Trillis Soundstage or PC&E Soundstage or some place where this is kind of expected to occur, right? And yet you have someone or people who have brilliant ideas, creative ideas, and now it's just a matter of like, how can we do that on a smaller scope and scale, but at Georgia Tech? I have always felt like anything that I can imagine, that there's someone on this campus that can conceptualize it and help me to kind of bring it to realization. Georgia Tech provides the students, the faculty, the financial backing to really make anything possible. What's the future of film? What does it look like? And how can we at Georgia Tech kind of establish that?